Hello and welcome to another edition of the Lions Den. We have a new location this time here in the film room. It's a little stormy outside. Jocelyn Pomplin here with men's golfers, Jeremy Tandoy, Chandler Cooke. We had the women's team on last week after their MIAA tournament. We figured we'd have you guys on this week after, a strong performance last week.
Appreciate it.
This is your second time
Yeah.
on the pod this year.
Yes, sir.
We got you back on in the fall after a big win. Have you learned anything since your first time on the pod to do better?
Have I learned anything? I've learned that mentally I'm a lot stronger than I am. I've learned just like a few mechanic stuff for sure, but mentally I've definitely grown my game quite a bit for sure.
And now back then, you weren't quite sure what you were going to do after school. Graduation's a little closer now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You kind of figured it out?
We're doing something. We're doing something. As of right now, I'm definitely gonna go pro, play some pro ball. It just depends on the funds and how many sponsors I can get on my team. But as of right now, we're gonna stay here in the homeland for a little bit, get my bag up, and go play some. And if it doesn't work out too well, I might go overseas. Play for one of the Asian tours and just see how far God takes me.
And we had a little segment, ask the next person a question. You came up with, what is your favorite color? So Chandler, what's your favorite color?
No.
Even though we probably answered that question before. What's your favorite color?
My favorite color is, it's probably light blue.
You're so basic.
I am basic.
You're so basic.
Gotta enjoy Carolina blue.
It is really nice.
All right, and this is something we ask everyone. What are you going to school for?
I'm going to school to get my bachelor's in finance.
What do you want to do with that?
Hopefully want to go into either the personal finance world or use the information and everything that I learned to get into the mortgage industry.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly becoming a loan officer and working my way up through those ranks.
All right, so we got that out of the way. Let's dig into the golf. That's why you guys are really here.
Yes, sir.
So back at the MIAA Championship last week, guys finished third as a team, and you guys finished first and second, overall. Talk a little bit about that accomplishment.
Oh, you still owe me $10 from that, by the way.
Boy, we're not supposed to talk about that. That's NCAA violations here.
We were talking Monopoly money. I
10
apologize.
push-ups.
Yeah. What was the question?
Just talk about the accomplishment of you guys finishing first and second at the MIAA Championships, becoming the first MIAA champion in any sport in Memphis history.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty cool. Guess I'll add that to my wall. No, it meant a lot for sure. This one was definitely one that I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. The first, I had a win last semester, kind of like I tied, but this was the first one that I just came out and, won outright by myself. And, I've struggled for so long, and just seeing, the light at the end of the tunnel, especially walking up 18, knowing I have like a 2-shot lead. And all I got to do is just not be an idiot and just hit it in the middle of the green 2-putt, and just conquering everything and doing it and, putting God on top. That's just all that matters to me.
So I was looking at the results. You led from start to finish all 3 rounds.
Did I really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, and I stuck to my game plan. I was mentally strong. There was a couple hiccups in the road, like the first hole on the third round. I 4-putted from like 25 feet, and I had a 3-shot lead, and I lost it in about 5 seconds. I was like, wow.
Brian told me, he's like, you're about to pull a Rory here.
I felt like it.
Up and down, but still came away.
Yeah, I felt like it for a second, but I was able, I've had so many conversations with coach and my family and my coaches back home, just how to mentally prepare myself for adversity that I face constantly. and I was able to finally put it to work and see the good results out of it.
And now Chandler, you finished second. Talk about your.
I mean, struggled first round. Really not even first round, but the first 9 holes. Going 6 over through the first 9, it wasn't pretty sight to see. I mean, it's not what I expected, but I was somewhere near the dead last in the field, and so I just figured, hey, this isn't working. Let's try to change it and see if I can't improve. It's not like it can get much worse. And Sam, our assistant coach, he was walking with me on the back 9 on the first round, and we kind of messed with a few things on the first 3 holes of the back 9 and ended up getting to 12. Just trying to slow the swing down really is what we agreed on, and slowed the swing down on that hole, got it up there, made birdie, and then from there it just took off. It's like everything just fixed itself, and it was a lot of fun. I looked at Sam and I just told him that I had to give Tandoy a little head start. But just I think both of us finishing 1 and 2, sweeping it the first year we played in the MIAA Championship, it was awesome. It was awesome to see him coming down 18, knowing that it was just right there behind him.
I'm saying, yeah, you said you 6 over, you had 76 in round 1, but your rounds 2 and 3 were the lowest of each round.
Yes, sir.
The next 2 rounds. So you talk about like slowing it down. Just what really was your philosophy the last 2 rounds that you went from way up here to scores down here?
Yes, sir. I was getting a little quick in my transition, and so we just basically agreed that I need to focus on tempo when I was making my swings at the ball, and then we also just decided that I play my best golf when I play a little more aggressive, and so I didn't necessarily take as many irons off the tee like we had planned on before the round, and started playing more aggressive to my nature and how I play golf. And when I did that, it's like almost just opened me up and freed me. Felt like I wasn't being held back anymore.
I think when I look up the stats, to do the recaps and stuff, like you guys are always near the top of like par 5 scoring.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. If you look at almost all of the tournaments we played in, the team that finished first in par 5 scoring either finished first or second in the tournament.
I feel like that's where most of the birdies are made. As long as you keep pars everywhere else, don't make mistakes. The par 5s, you guys are big hitters. Try and get.
Yes, sir. It takes a long hole for us to not get there in 2, and the majority of the par 5s out there, we were getting home in 2, and I mean, for us, we have either good enough short game to where we can just hit a little chip up there to 5 feet and make that, or we're on the green in 2 and 2 putt for bird. So our distance definitely helps us. But I mean, just like Tandoy said, just not making stupid mistakes is really what allowed us to play our best.
And now both of you guys earned all MIAA honors, but like most places, it's for your performance in the one conference tournament. But for the MIAA, it's a combination of points from 3 or 4 different events, like the conference tournament, and then 3 other events during the regular season that are primarily all MIAA schools. So it goes from you having to play well in 1 tournament to having to play well in 4 tournaments to be
Yes,
in
sir.
all conference.
Yes, sir. And I mean, Tandoy beat me year-round, all tournaments. He definitely had the better scoring average of both of us. But I don't know, I guess I just somehow snuck past him in the 4 tournaments that actually counted towards that. Was able to finish 5th, and he finished 6th. But
yeah, I don't know how I sleep at night.
A trophy.
Yeah.
It was awesome. We both walked away with 2 trophies from the event. I mean, his was obviously a little bit bigger than mine. But those 4 events, I mean, those were the most important when it came to our conference.
I'd say in those 4 events, are big on the head-to-head for regionals, what we're going to talk about next.
Yes, sir. They're massive just because those are the 4 tournaments where we will see every single team that's in the conference.
And so now, kind of going back before we get into regionals, kind of go back, talk about the entire year. Your second win. This guy only had to wait not even one tournament for his first career win. And now you're doing it as a senior. You had a second place in South Carolina. How special is it to see all the hard work finally paying off?
Yeah, I think it all really hit me whenever I walked off the green at conference. Like, just all the hours just on the golf course, I mean, I've never, like, in my entire life, I've never just won. Like, I've always just been, like, kind of up there, never really on anyone's radar, but just kind of there. And just walking off that green, it just hit me. And, like, everything I went through was worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Just, oh man, yeah, I looked at coach and he looked at me, and like, in reality, I really haven't done anything here the last the 3 years before this one. And just looking at him, and he gave me a big hug, and he just said, I was so proud of you, and like, I've believed in you this whole time. I mean, it was just waterworks. I couldn't hold back. Big shout out to coach for believing in me all 4 years I've been here. He's never given up on me once, and I've given him all the opportunities in the world to, not give me another chance, but he just kept kicking me, kept pushing me, and, yeah, I forgot the question, but that's
I mean, just talk about the feeling, when all these guys rush the green after you made that.
Oh my gosh.
Water on you.
The first time I was like, dude, I better not be water from the cooler. I think it's going to be so cold. But, I mean, the first, 3 seconds, I was like, oh, this is going to suck. But then I was like, okay, I got to soak this in. I'm not, this is the best moment leading up in my career to this point. I deserve it. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the people around you. All my loved ones came out. Like, it just doesn't get any better,
Mm-hmm. And now both programs, for the first time in history, qualified for the regional next week. What does that mean for UAFS golf as a whole?
I mean, it's monumental. It's seeing that both teams can make it and did make it. It was, I don't know, I felt like it's been the most connected the guys and girls team have been since the start of the year. Last year we were pretty close team-wise with each other, but this year we had one common goal and we both achieved it, and so it's almost just made that team connection between everybody on the team, whether it was the 6 guys that played at conference versus the others that did not. It all just brought everybody together because it showed that the hard work and pushing everybody each and every day, seeing that we were able to do it, it was just huge for us. And I think moving forward, knowing that we can do it and that we did it this year, I think we'll have a little bit higher expectations next year possibly. But I also think that it's going to shed a little more light on the school and possibly allow us to bring some more talent in as well that want to play for us.
And now there are 2 teams that are, built totally differently. I talked to them, like they're young. It's a lot of freshmen, sophomores. You guys are all veterans. I mean, you're only second year, but everyone here on your team has been here multiple seasons. Led by a senior over here. So talk about that. You guys being a veteran team.
Yeah, we've been battle tested for sure. I mean, the first 3 years, like I said, was kind of a struggle for me and my team. I mean, we're just seeing all of it and finally putting all the pieces together, and I'm just trying to lead this team, giving them all the knowledge I can before I leave here. Like, seeing both our teams go to regionals, just leaving a little bit of a legacy here, trying to leave it better than I found it. But yeah, I'm really excited for us. We're on the right path.
So going into regionals, St. Joseph, Missouri, May 8th through 10th. What's the prep like this week? And then how do you deal with getting ready to go next week when coach is with the women's team to start the week? Right before you guys are getting set to tee off.
Yeah, I mean, prep this week, it's about the same as it has been the rest of the year. Don't really want to change too much. Don't want to make it seem like it's that much. You don't want to put more pressure on yourself, is what I'm trying to say. But I mean, we still got to keep our heads down and grind. And although we were celebrating that we made it to conference, we got to keep pushing if we want to try to make it to nationals. And so it's still days at the course, practicing when we can. Obviously today it's hard to do, so we're working in the simulator rooms and stuff as much as we can. But as far as preparation with finals next week, a lot of us are having to take some finals early this week, unless it's online. So that'll be fun, trying to deal with some schoolwork while we're there trying to play. But coach going with the girls, it's going to be interesting. I mean, when I went to regionals last year, he met me at the airport when I flew in, because he went with Stram last year. So that was a little interesting, sitting in the airport by myself for 2 or 3 hours waiting on coach. But I think it'll be good. We'll still have him before the tournament actually starts, and I think that'll really won't change a whole lot. It's just the practice and getting up there, which Curtis has taken us. So big thanks to him. But we all know what to do once we get there. We know where to go, how to practice. We know how to play. We just got to get together and hold each other accountable even more now that coach won't be there until the actual first round starts.
How's your prep look?
Yeah, like I said, just nothing different, really. Just keeping my head down, doing the same things over and over again. Like, just do what's been working. Just a lot of little touch-up stuff on the swing. Just nothing too crazy. Just keep doing what I've been doing.
And now, are you guys able to, as he told you, what kind of course this is? Is it similar to any of the courses you've played this year?
I've never seen it personally, but I've had a lot of friends talk to me about it, and it's pretty much the exact same course as what we just played, maybe just a little bit shorter. Mm-hmm. There's a couple par threes out there that are a little bit longer, so might have to change a club or two. Probably with my 2 or 3 iron, something like that. But I mean, it's nothing we haven't seen before. I think if we go at it with the right mindset, we should be. Yeah. I have no doubt in my mind, actually, that we will be up there.
From what it looked like online, the course looks very similar to what we played at conference. Mm-hmm. A little bit tighter fairways, thicker ryegrass rough, good greens, which one of the guys on the team, he's played out there and caddied out there before, and so he's kind of told us a little bit about the course. But we'll keep doing some preparation, keep looking at it online, and get that going as we get closer and closer to the tournament.
I was saying, I looked up the weather. Looks to be a bright sunny day as of right now.
Perfect.
A lot better than it was last week.
All right, so let's talk a little fun stuff here before we end. What's been your best trip of the season so far?
Ooh.
I mean, last week, South Carolina. I mean, you got a couple options, I feel like.
Where did we go? Where did we go in the fall?
We had our NSU, Tulsa Cup,
Mules.
What
was the other one?
Shangri-La.
Shangri-La was fun.
Yeah. I think my favorite was probably South Carolina. I don't know. I just being in South Carolina, it was the first time I've ever been in South Carolina. I love the course.
I say it was a shorter course you guys set.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun, especially finishing second as a team, which we were hoping for a win, yes, but still, just finishing second there, it helped out with our rankings and everything. And then off the course, we were all in an Airbnb together with coach and having fun, pulling some little pranks on each other. It was, I don't know, to me that was just a blast having
the team bonding.
Oh yes, for sure. And then the food, obviously. I'm a big seafood guy, so we got some good seafood there.
Yeah, that definitely takes it.
All right. What is your favorite club in the bag right now?
Dude, putter feels so good right now. I think I was talking to Elisa, one of our teammates, yesterday, and she was asking me how my putter felt, and I was like, it literally just feels like water. It feels like an ocean flow. I can't.
I mean,
Like that's
you know what they say: drive for show, putt
yeah.
for dough.
It just
And
feels
you gotta
amazing.
win the show.
I don't know. I did this little tweak in my like backstroke or whatever, and it literally just feels so fluid. Like everything just feels like it's going in.
Mhm.
Yeah. I played a little amateur tournament this last week, and I had six or seven putts the final round. That literally just felt like it was going in.
Mhm.
All I had to do was pull the trigger. Like it didn't matter how far it was. I had like a 30-footer, and I stepped up over it, and I was like, "This is in." And it went dead center of the cup, and I'm like,
Confidence is then hot.
"No, it was
Yeah.
amazing. My confidence is through the roof." So yeah, definitely
That's the most
putter.
important thing, having confidence, especially when putting. At least for me, I'm a big fan of confidence when putting. Anytime I step over a putt, if I feel the slightest bit unconfident or unsure, I'll step off and readjust and make sure I'm comfortable over it. But to answer the question, I don't know. Putter feels good. Driver feels really good. Overall, just the swing feels awesome. But if I had to pick one club, it'd probably be, man, I don't know. It'd probably be my 2-iron right now.
That's an interesting choice.
It's an interesting choice, but every time I don't know.
2-iron?
Yeah.
That's not something you hear every day.
I hit it I hit it on the first hole all 3 rounds at conference and just absolutely smoked it. And I mean, first round, first hole, you get a little jitters up there, and just to hit it square out of the face and almost so good that you can't even feel the golf ball. It's a good feeling.
All right, last thing here. What do you guys like to do outside of golf?
What do I do?
More golf?
I do lots of golf.
I do a lot
Probably
of golf.
too much.
Well, if that's your answer, more golf then. That's great.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm kind of a lame-o. I don't know. I really like golf.
I should say, what outside of UAFS golf? More golf.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably amateur golf.
Yeah.
No,
Jeez.
I like to have fun. I've been getting into. Let me see. I've been getting back into the Pokemon world. Dude, that is so much fun. There's so many scalpers out right now, so you can't get any Pokemon cards, bro. I had to go to the freaking Dollar General just to like get one sleeve, and it was the last one.
Oh, you're doing the actual cards and not the Pokemon Go. That was the craze.
Dude, I did that too, but I got kind of washed out on that one. But yeah, I'm back in like the cards. I got like my girlfriend got me like this little tin box or whatever, like the little lunch box that comes with all the cards and stuff. It was like $30-$40, and I was like a kid on Christmas, you know? I was like, this thing is sick. Yeah, I just have my little lunch box in my room right now. Bunch of Pokemon cards. Yeah.
I really don't know. Jeez. Probably, in all honesty, probably just hanging out with some of the guys on the team. I mean, we'll do just some random stuff. We'll do some fun stuff, but every time we go somewhere, we got the windows down, blasting music, just driving around, having fun.
Had fun last night.
Make some trips to the casino.
He's a big gambler.
Oh boy, I don't know if we should be sharing all this.
Legal. It's
Monopoly
legal.
money.
It's legal.
It's Monopoly money.
But probably just hanging out with friends, and then if I'm doing something by myself outside of golf, probably either watching one of my Netflix shows or going out and going fishing.
What show would that be?
Right now, it's actually Paramount, and it's catching up on Tulsa King.
Dude, the Tulsa King's so good.
Such a good show.
I'm from Tulsa.
All right, well, guys, thanks for joining us on this edition of the Lions Den. The women play in their regional beginning of next week in Edmond, Oklahoma, and these guys at the end of the week in St. Joseph, Missouri. Again, thanks for joining us, and good luck next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.